Hey guys, how you doing? In this video, this has been long awaited. This is going to be our first actual test drive driving the Bug around. I've been working on the engine the last couple of weeks. It's running so-so. I think I've got it running at least the best that it's run so far. I've sputtered it around the street doing some U-turns and things like that, but this is going to be the first real test drive, and it's so exciting that my wife Nicole decided to ride along with me, either for fun or to bail me out of jail. I'm not sure. I have been doing a lot of prep work for this. One thing that I did is I got the electrical up to the point where I do have brake lights and I do have turn signals in the rear. I didn't want to do a test drive with at least not having brake lights in the rear, so I got that. And yesterday I spent most of the day like taking apart the rear suspension and thread locking and torquing down like the components for the rear suspension and the hubs, and I checked the bolts on the front suspension and just kind of did a walkthrough of the chassis, trying to find anything that might give us problems. What my goal is to take it out into the neighborhood on some flat roads first and see how it's going. This neighborhood is a little bit hilly, and I want to make sure that it's running decent first, and then if it's running okay, if it's not, I will just head right back home. But if it is, if I go a little bit uphill out my neighborhood, there's some gravel roads, and I'd like to get it to the gravel roads, because if we get there, we can do a little bit more testing. I can move the camera around and get some better shots and whatnot, but that'll depend on how it's running. So let's fire it up and let's get this first test drive going. Brakes are good. Cutting brakes are good too, actually. They're really sensitive. That's good. Turn signal's on. Climbed a hill here. Now we're at a little like a trailhead, so I'm gonna shut it down and move the camera for a couple of different angles, and then we're gonna head back home. It's their day with kids. Yeah, I know. right, so we made it to the top. We're actually on our way back down. We haven't had any problems. It definitely does not have as much power as I expected, but it's getting around. It's just some of the terrain around here is kind of uphill and it struggles with that. I did take some pictures of the Bug on the side of the road here because it's actually never been out of the garage before. Give everybody a little view of the scenery. We're on some gravel roads behind the house here, so it's kind of cool. You know, when you remember that I've never been in the Bug outside of the garage before, so this is pretty exciting. So what we're gonna do now is just head back home, which we're not very far away, so we're just gonna hold the camera and shoot a couple different angles. All right, guys, so that's it. That was the first test drive of the Baja Bug. I think all in all, it went pretty well. It told me a lot of things, like the suspension is too soft, the engine is underpowered. I'm not going to give up on that yet. I'm going to continue tuning with it and seeing if I can get more power out of it. Although when we were driving it around there, although it was low on power, aside from that, it ran pretty good because you know, it didn't die, it idled well. Whenever I would stop to make some changes, as soon as I crank it over, it fires right up. So it's running pretty good. It might just be that it's a 1600cc motor and it doesn't have a lot of power. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys liked it. Those of you that have been watching some of the other videos and kind of seen it get to this point, that was pretty exciting. Thanks for going along the voyage with me. I hope it motivates you just like some of my other videos. And of course, there's going to be more road test videos now, because now that it's shown me some things that need work, I'll be tweaking it and working on things. So I should have some fun videos here where I get out onto the gravel road and, you know, just do some tweaking and whatnot. And in addition to that, I'm still doing the wiring, and I still have more roll bar welding to do. I've got to make some little tweaks, just a lot of tweaks at this point before I tear it down for paint. I mean, we're talking months worth of tweaks, so that's what the next videos will be. But anyways, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.